So I happened to run across a Dingwall interview with Bob Harris.
Yeah, that just came out, I
It
think.
just came out,
Yeah, I think like day before yesterday.
and it
Um,
was at Real World Studios when you were
yeah,
over there last year, right?
yeah,
Or
we
the
were.
beginning of this year.
Yeah, what happened was we were over there, and Dingwall wanted me to go to the studio, out to that studio, to talk to this other bass player, and I'm blanking on his name right now, who's like a metal kind of guy, but also produces and stuff, and who's also a Dingwall guy. And there's a video of us together just sitting there and talking. And Bob wanted to get together. He was going to come to London, and I said, "Well, look, I'm going to be at New World Studios." He goes, "I live right near there," so I said, "Why don't you?" Because that's right, we were over there. I was there with Denny Tedesco. We were screening the
Right.
documentary
That's
in
right.
London, and so Bob came over to the studio. So when we finished the other interview, then he and I sat down and talked. I love Bob. I've known him a long time, and
He's
he
really
is
animated. He's really and I watched old videos of
the old gray whistle
old
test.
Gray Whistle Test, and I watch a lot of British TV, and that invariably comes up because
Yeah,
it's all kinds of different stuff
everything is
that's
on that.
associated with BBC and Channel 4 and
Yeah,
a lot of those programs. So it was really interesting. I watched a little bit of it, but I had to go do other things. So I'll
yeah.
probably
I haven't seen it yet. I just saw that Dingwall sent me just a link on it and said, we put up
right.
your thing, and they said it was really good. We didn't even have to edit this one. It was really
Yeah. Well,
great.
yeah.
The thing that was funny was I looked at Bob, and I said, "Where did Old Gray Whistle Test come from?" I mean, what an odd
Yeah.
title for something. And he told me the whole thing. Do you know the history of that at all?
You might have mentioned it at one point, but I'm not
I
clear
mean,
on it either.
but what it was uh, in the building. I think it may have come out of the Brill building in New York. They had a bunch of elderly people who worked in the building, and all these writers would be working, and people would be. And at the end of the day, they had the old gray whistle test was if any of those old people were humming any of those songs, those were the songs they would do.
Oh,
That was the people didn't know it, but that was kind of the litmus test, and that's how the name Old Gray Whistle Test, because that was the old gray, all the old grays. If they were whistling that song,
yeah.
that was the test. I thought, how brilliant is this? I mean,
Because Bob was only the host, right?
yeah,
He wasn't the it
well, he
was
was the
produced
host.
by Rowan Ayers.
Yeah, but yeah, he was the host of the show, and now he's got it's got like country to country or some show like that, because he loves country music. So he's spending a lot of time in Nashville and dealing with country artists and stuff.
Yeah.
But we talk like a couple of times a year. I call him up or he calls me up, and he's just the most delightful character. And he's in my book, so I gave him a copy of the book, and he looked and he
Oh,
said, "Oh,
good.
I look terrible in it." I said, "That's the idea." Um,
Well, it's interesting that that name, Old Gray Whistle Test, was something that happened here, but yet it got transferred to something that was commissioned by the
yeah,
BBC. And there was a
I don't
lot
know.
of controversy around those programs, because some of those people got in some moral problems.
Yeah,
You know, um, the old joke is over there now is that there's very few people from Top of the Pops that you could actually put on TV now
there's
because
a
so many of those people got in trouble